అందరికీ నమస్కారం, శుభోదయం. వెల్కమ్ టు ది advanced second level course of Sanatana Dharma conducted by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit. Today we are going to start a new chapter or new subject, Upanishads, by Dr. CSR Prabhu garu, as he is known to you all. So let us start today's session with Vande Mataram, followed by the Prarthana. Just Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajosna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. Now I request Govindraj garu to do the Prarthana, please.
Shubhodayam. Let us start with meditation. Let us chant Omkara 3 times. Om. 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 Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvannuti Bhisida Sadanam Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitriyavatu Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Gurureva Gatih Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guroh Paramam Shishurasmi Guroh Matirasti Gurau Mam Pahi Guroh Jnananandamayan Devam निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्य देवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्
ధన్యవాదాలండి గోవిందరాజు గారు. Now I request Prabhu garu to continue with the webinar, please.
Okay, can you hear me and see me clearly?
Right, yeah.
So friends, we have studied the Upanishads in level 1. I have already given the introductory speeches and I have covered a few Upanishads in the level 1. Those were foundational Upanishads, Ishavas Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, and Taittiriya Upanishad. So today we will cover a new Upanishad, which is Mundaka Upanishad. So as you all know, the Upanishads are 108 in number. I have all the 108 in this big book, original text, because there are many books written on Upanishads. So Ramakrishna Mission publications are there on Upanishads, various Upanishads. So out of these 108, 46 are Vedanta Upanishads. Please stop putting messages. Concentrate on the content. It's very tough subject. Don't put messages. Don't divert your attention and don't divert my attention. Because I have also come with great preparation. Don't put any message, please. So the 108 Upanishads correspond to 4 Vedas, out of which 46 are Vedanta Upanishads and 20 are Yoga Upanishads. And there are Sannyasa Upanishads and also the Vaishnava Upanishads, Shaiva Upanishads, and Shakti. Of course, Shaiva and the Vaishnava are maybe in double digit, but Shakti are only single digit. So these Upanishads came about in the Vedic literature over a large period of time, post-Vedas and pre-Puranas. Please note this point. The Upanishads are in the central stage, intermediate stage, post-Veda and pre-Purana or pre-Agama. That is the temple culture based on the Agama Shastra came much later. The Vedas were the most oldest and the original. So and the Puranas also came much later to Vedas. In between the Puranic and Vedic, one side Puranas and Agam Shastras, lower end, higher end are Vedas. In between are the Upanishads. So the evolution of spiritual thought, the philosophical doctrines of Advaita, etc., originated from the Vedas. They got expanded, consolidated in the Upanishads. Can you mute that sound, Chitubab? We're going on getting interruptions. That sound which is coming from people who come newly. So the spiritual wisdom or the spiritual essence, which is taken out from the Vedas, Samhitas, and presented in the Upanishads. Yo Vedado Swara Prokto Vedante cha Pratishtitaha. That is, the swaras of Veda mantras are actually presenting the or declaring the ultimate highest spiritual wisdom, which is Pratishtitaha. प्रतिष्ठित किया गया है किसमें? उपनिषद में. यो वेदादौ स्वर प्रोक्तः वेदांते च प्रतिष्ठितः. Upanishads are known as Vedanta because there are two reasons. One is they are in the last part of the Veda, that is Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad, and they are also the summary of that Veda itself. That's why it is called Vedanta. Om Bhadram Karne Visrunayama Deva. Bhadram Karne Visrunayama Deva. Bhadram Pasyemakshviriyajatra. Sthirairangai Sushtuvaumsastanubhi. Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu. Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu. What does this mean? Bhadram Karne Visrunayama Deva. O divine powers, let me hear only good things. Let my hearing be good, and what I hear can be good. Chittibabu, can you mute that sound of interventions of new entrants?
Yeah, I did that, but still that sound is
Yes.
coming. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
sorry.
So, Bhadram Karne Visrunayama Deva. So may we all hear only Bhadra, that is welfare, good. Of course, unless our ears are here, good. Hearing means not just through ears alone, but coming to know. You know, if we open the news, you'll come to know all kinds of nonsense. Let us get only good things into our head through our ears. Bhadram Pasyemakshviriyajatra. Let us see only good things. You know, those three monkeys, they close their eyes, ears, and nose. Don't speak anything which is not good. Don't see anything which is not good. Don't hear anything which is not good. That's what is here. Bhadram Karnevi Srunayama Deva Bhadram Pasyemakshviriyajatra. Then Sthirairangai Stushtuvalumsastanubhi. May our bodies be strong, all organs in the body. Sthirairangai Stushtuvalumsastanubhi. For what purpose? Vyasema Devahitam Yadayuhu. As long as I live, as long as Ayu is there, I shall do Devahitam. I shall support, promote, help, and assist the divine forces. Devahitam. It can mean the supreme divinity, supreme personality of divinity, or individual devatas. Swasti na Indro Vruddhasravaha, Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha, Swasti na Starksho Arishthanemi, Swasti no Bruhaspati Dadatu. Naha, Naha means us, we, to us. May Indra, Mitra, Varuna, Taksha, Bruhaspati all give good blessings and good support, good wishes. Swasti na Indro Vruddhasra. Na means not na, naha. Swasti na Indro Vruddhasrava. Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha. Swasti na Taksho Arishthanemi. Swasti no Bruhaspati Dadatu. May Bruhaspati give good things to me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This is the Atharvavediya Mundakopanishad. Om Brahma Devanam Prathama Sambhabhuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. Now Brahma is the maker of this universe, the creator. He is the first among the Devas. Brahma Devanam Prathamaha Sambhabhuva. He existed greatly as the first divine power. Vishwasya Karta is the creator of this universe. Bhuvanasya Gopta Sa Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtham. So he taught Brahma Vidya. Adharvaya Jyeshtha Putraya Praha. Adharva is the first son of Brahma. He taught the Brahma Vidya, which we are trying to learn. That's why we all start with the prayer. Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsarishibhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. All the Guru Parampara starts with Brahma and to his next level, like that. Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo. What is the subject? Brahma Vidya. Vamsa Rishibhyo, and they include our own Vamsa Rishis. Like my Vamsa Rishi is Bharadwaja. Your Vamsa Rishi is some other Rishi. Vamsa Rishibhyo, Mahadbhyo, all great people. Namo Gurubhyaha, including our Gurus, because usually the Vamsa Rishi is the Guru of the Vamsha, because the Parampara comes, because his father is the Guru to the son. He will perform Brahmopadesham in the Upanayana Samskar. So to Angira, Purovachangira Dharvaneyam Prapadeti Brahma Dharvatam Purovachangire Brahma Vidyam Sabharadvajaya Satyavahaya Praha Bharadvajo Angira Sevaravaram. So the sequence is there. Atharvana and Angirasa, Bharadvaj. So the Trayarisheya Gotra, Angirasa Bharadvaj, Angirasa Bharhaspatya Bharadvaj, Trayarisheya Pravaranvitaha, Bharadvaj Sagotraha. This is my own Pravara. Similarly, you will have your own Pravara of your own Rishis. So, boy and girl belonging to the same Pravara cannot get married because they are equivalent to brother and sister. Shaunako vai mahashalo angirasam vidhivad upapannaha prapacha. Shaunaka, a great rishi called, we all know about Shuka, Shaunaka. All these are the order of top rishis. So Shaunaka went and asked Mahashalaha. What is Mahashala? Shala means what? School. The word Shala in Sanskrit became school in English. Now, Mahashalaha, Angiraso Mahashalaha, Shaunaka api Mahashalaha. The other day our Pamini was telling Shaunaka was Mahashalaha. He had a great school, that means like a university. He was the head of that university or school of knowledge. And that was a great one. Mahashalaha. What did he do? Angirasam Vidhival Upaprasanna. He went to Angirasa, made him happy, and then asked a question. Kasmin Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvamidam Vijnatam Bhavati iti. Oh Bhagavan, because they consider their Guru as Bhagavan, equal to God. That's why we have that sloka in your prayer. Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyaptarupaya. That means all the three are only one and the same. God, Guru, and Self are three different forms. Murti, Veda. Only forms, but essence is the same. So he went and asked, Oh Bhagavan, what is that subject knowledge by knowing which everything is known? It's a very profound question. Nowhere else this question was asked. Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati iti. By knowing which everything can be known. What does this mean? Now it can be interpreted in different ways. Omniscience, or it can sarvajnatva, or it can be interpreted brahmajnana, because Brahma becomes Brahman, becomes everything. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. since it is Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, Brahmajnana is Sarvajna. Wow. We can interpret that way. So, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati iti Tasmai Sahovacha. The answer he gave was Dve Vidye. Who gave the answer? Angirasa answered to Shaunaka. So before that, Bharadwaja, Angirasa gave it to Bharadwaja, Bharasa. So who is my ancestral Rishi? And Bharadwaja, Angirasa. Bharadwaja gave to Angirasa. Adharvana gave to Bharadwaja, Bharadwaja gave to Angirasa. That is why we have Angirasa Bharaspacha Bharadwaja, that Rishi Parampara. Dve vidye veditavyaha iti yasma yad brahmavido vadanti paracha eva aparacha. That means the question was, what is the entire knowledge? That's the question. It is not that, there is some kind of a magic with knowing only this much, you know everything. It is not that. It is, what is the total knowledge? So total knowledge is categorized into two parts, Paravidya and Aparavidya. So transcendental and mundane. So tatra apara, in the Aparavidya, that means not moksha jnana, all other knowledge, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Adharvaveda, Shiksha, Kalpaha, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandaha, Jyotishamiti. So Vedas and Vedangas. This is called Aparavidya, non-transcendental. Just imagine what we have discussed in the last few days, Vedas and Vedangas. All that is considered as non-transcendental. So what is transcendental? Atha para yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Paravidya is moksha jnana, by knowing which you will become immortal. Aksharam. Aksharam Brahma Paramam Swabhavu Adhyatma Uchyate. 8th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. Akshara, that is indestructible. It is eternal, permanent, that which is that Brahma. So Brahma Vidya. So by having the transcendental supreme knowledge of Brahma Vidya, which is to be known, if you know that, you will reach that. Brahmavid Brahmaya Bhavati. Atha para yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. So the Upanishads are aiming at Paravidya, transcendental wisdom. Yattad Reshyam Agrahyam Agotram Avarnam Achakshusrotram Tad Apanipadam. So that transcendental reality, which is God, Ishvara, Bhagavan, how is it? Tad Adreshyam Agrahyam Agotram Avarnam Achakshusrotram Tadapanipadam. That is not having any possibility to be grasped. Agrahyam, it cannot be grasped. Agotram, it has no lineage. Avarnam, no color. Achakshuhu srotram tacha panipadam, it has no eyes, ears, hands and legs. Nityam, but it is permanent. It is always there. And that is Brahman. Om Nityam Vibhum is the Lord. Personification means Lord. Sarvagatam is present everywhere. Sarvatah Panipadam Sarvatokshi Siromukham Sarvatah Srutimalloke Sarvamavrutyatishthati Sarvendriya Gunabhasam Sarvendriya Vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhuchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktrucha bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha Sukshmatva tada vijneyam durastham chantike chayat avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam eva cha sthitam bhuta bhaktra tajneyam grasishnu prabhavishnu cha jyotishaamapi tajyoti tamasah paramuchyate jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam hridi sarvasya vishkhitam. So Bhagavad Gita explained the same thing. Agrahyamagotram avarnamachakshusrotram tadapanipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam sukshmam is the subtlest. He or it can say use both. Tad avyayam indestructible. Yad bhuta yonim paripashyanti dhira. It is the yoni, the birthplace of all things. Bhuta means thing, all things. Yadhornanabhisrujate grunhate cha yadha prithivyamoshadaya sambhavanti. Yadha urnanabhisrujate grunhate cha tadha prithivyamoshadaya sambhavanti. So the earth and the plants all came out of it. Yadha satah purushat kesha lomani tadha aksharat sambhavanti havisvam. Just like all hair follicles come out of the body of a man, all things in the world come out of this. Tapasa chiyate brahma tatonna bhijayate. How do you reach Brahman? Through tapas. Only tapasa chiyate brahman. Tapas is the only way you can reach that supreme being. Tapasa chiyate brahma tato annam abhijayate. Anna, food is born out of it. Annat prano manaha. From food is born life. And from life is born mind. Satyam yoga karma suchamrutam. So, all the activities, karma, all the worlds, and the immortal, all are born out of it. And who is? Sarvajnaha, yes, Sarvajnaha, Sarva Vidyasya, Vidyasya, Jnanamayam Tapaha. So all knowledge of all subjects is that Tad Brahma, that is Brahman. Nama Rupam Annancha Jayate. So the Nama Rupa, Jagat, is born out of Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman, Omkaram is the original source from which the Saguna Brahman, out of which Ishvara, out of which Devata, Ishta Devata. This is the hierarchy. All are windows, the bottom to top. Ishta Devata is a window to Ishvara, and Ishvara is a window to Saguna Brahman, and Saguna Brahman is a window to Nirguna Brahman. All are actually same. Though they are at different levels, they are different in that sense. Om tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yasya pasyam stani tretayam bahudhavattatani. So the karma kanda was very high in the earlier yugas. Tanyachara dhaniyatam satya kamayesha sapantha sukrutyasya loke. So all these karmas, yajna yaga, the karmas, they will result in sukruta, punya karma, and they will elevate you to higher worlds. Yada lelayate hyapit samidhe avyavahane tadajya bhagavantareya Ahuti Pratipadayet Shraddhayahutam Yasyagnihotramadarshama Paurnamasama Chaturmasya Managrayanamatithi Vajjitam Ahutam Vaishvadevam Vidhinahutam Astamam Stasya Lokarum Hinasti. Please understand that the Upanishads are the Jnanakanda, are the last part of the Vedic lore, but the Karmakanda is assumed to have been practiced by the recipients of this knowledge. So, those who have gone through the Karmakanda, what is Karmakanda? It starts with Agnihotra. We have one class on that. Then Paurnamasa, Rasa Paurnamasa, one ritual is there. Chaturmasya, that is, the sannyasis stay in one place for 4 months during rainy season. Anagrayanam, Atidhivajya, Ahutam, Vaishvadevam. This is another ritual called Vaishvadeva after Agnihotra. Avidhinahutam, Astamam, Stasya Lokam, Hunanti. All these rituals, if they are not performed correctly, then there is no way the world will sustain, nor you will be purified. Kali, Karali, cha Manojava, cha Samlohitaya, cha Dhumravarna, Dhumravarna, Spulingini, Vishwarupi, cha Devi, Leelayamana, iti Saptajitva. There are 7 tongues, and these are the 7 tongues. Kali, Karali, Manoja, Vacham, Surohitaya, cha Sudhumravarna, Spulingini, Vishwarupi, cha Devi, Leelayamana, iti Saptajitva, Eshu, Yascharate, Brajamaneshu, Yadha Kalam, Chahutayo, Yadadayan, Tam Nayanyetas, Parasya, Rashmayo, Yatra Devanam, Patireko Dhivasaha, Ehiti, Tamahu, Taya Suvatsaha Suryasya, Rashmibhi, Yajamanam Vahanti. Priyam vacham avivanandyochayasya vaha punyam sukruto brahmalokaha. So, all the Karmakanda performers will go to Swarga. All the Karmakanda details are also given. Plavahyete adrudha yajnarupa astadashoktam aparam yeshu karma shreyo ye abhinandanti mudha jara mrityuste punar. As the fools who criticize all this, who don't have any trust in the karma kanda, who want to abandon totally, they are fools, mudha, and they will die and they take birth again and again. Avidyayamantare vartamana swayam dhira panditam manyamana. This is a very famous quote. Avidyayamantare vartamana. Those who are living deeply submerged in avidya, ignorance. Swayam dhira panditam manyamana. But they think they are knowledgeable. They are panditas. Real panditas, those who know the subject, and panditam manyaha, that is, he simply thinks, or even others think that he knows. Actually, he doesn't know. It is a fraud, it's a farce. You know, this has happened in the case of Kalidasa's early life. The king of Ujjain had a daughter who was highly knowledgeable. She was like top most knowledgeable person in the country. So his minister, who was so jealous of the king, wanted to take some kind of a revenge on him and destroy the life of that daughter who is so knowledgeable. So the king said, I want to get her married to the most knowledgeable person, highly knowledgeable, highest scholar. So what this fellow did, the minister, is a crook. He wanted to cheat the king. So he went to the forest and located one person who was totally illiterate and totally gone case. He's a foolish person, most foolish. He was sitting on a branch of a tree and cutting the same branch with his own hands with an axe, without realizing that he'll fall when the branch is cut down by himself. So the minister found this fellow is the right person because he is so foolish. He's such an idiot that he doesn't even know that he will fall along with the branch on which he is sitting, which he is cutting. So he is the right person to be married to the princess, who is highly knowledgeable, most knowledgeable person in the country. So to take revenge. So this minister took this fellow. He is Kalidas actually. He was a shepherd and he was on the top of a tree cutting his own branch. So he was taken to the king with a Vesham appearance as if he's a great scholar, all turban and this and gold and all that. Talking like, but he told him, don't open your mouth. If you open your mouth, it will be exposed. So keep your mouth closed. So he was taken there and shown he is the topmost scholar. He was introduced as topmost scholar. Then the king believed the minister because, we trust our ministers and we trust our family members. So he got his son married to her daughter married to this fellow. And soon after marriage, on the same night, the daughter, who is highly intelligent and highly knowledgeable, scholarly person, she realized that this fellow is an idiot, he is illiterate, he is a kind of a sheep head, goat head. Goat head, he is just taking care of goats and sheep in the forest. He doesn't know even one alphabet. The moment she realized, she was totally upset. She didn't know what to do. So she went and told the king, this is what it is. Then the king also was very upset. Of course, the minister must have ran away by then. Otherwise, he would have been killed by the king. So they don't know what to do. Then this fellow himself realized this is what is happening. This is what has happened. That the king has been cheated and the king's daughter, princess, has been cheated through him. So he goes out of this is why I'm telling this story, is Panditam Manya. He is being presented as a Pandita. Then he goes away and performs intense upasana on Kali, a temple where he did. I went there, Jain outskirts. He was so intense in his upasana. As an illiterate fool, idiot, Kali appeared to him and wrote on his tongue some letters, Reem on some letter like that. And then there is a complete change. He was transformed. He went to Kasi and he studied the Vedas, gurus, and then he became a top scholar. Then he wrote many books and he became very famous throughout the world. So after he became very famous, he came in his tours to the same place. He forgot everything of his previous life. Previous life in this life. That is the miracle of Kali. The moment he went there, the king's daughter recognized. And she was also pleasantly surprised. And she again became his wife. And this is the life history of Kalidas. So, why I am telling this is Avidyayam Baudha Vartamana Vayam Krutardha Itya Abhimanyanti Bala Yat Karmino Na Pravesyanti Raga Tena Tura Kshina Loka Shanta Indra. Avidyayam Antare Vartamana Swayam Dhira Panditam Manyamana. They think they themselves are great scholars and others also present them. We can see a lot of such leftist intellectuals and other intellectuals fake intellectuals who really don't know, but they think they know. And others also present as if they know. Panditam manyamana, janghanyamana, pariyanti mudha. They andheneva niyamana yadhandha. And they will guide others also. Like a blind man guiding other blind men. There's a group of blind men. One of them is leading others. What will be their fate? Avidyayam bahudha vartamana vayam kritardha ityabhimanyanti bala. Those who live deeply in avidya, they think they have been successful, they have achieved great heights, and they are getting awards, even Nobel Prize, like what is happening in the case of Muhammad Yunus in Bangla. He was given Nobel Prize by the American establishment of that time, which is Democratic Party. And then the Sheikh Hasina was usurped, the rule was usurped, and he was made the ruler by the Biden administration, which is democratic. The moment Trump came, everything got changed. The fellow may be running away soon. Ishtapurtam manyamanan varishtham nanyat shreyo vedayante pramodha. So they think Chapurtam, they are fulfilling their own desires. Is the highest achievement. We are all the same category. Ishtapurtam manyamana varishtham nanyat shreyo vedayante. There is nothing greater than fulfilling and satisfying your own cravings and desires. You want to eat ice cream, you eat ice cream. You want to eat pizza, you eat pizza. That's all. Life is over. That's the greatest achievement in life. Nothing is there to be thought about except satisfying your foolish desires. I mean, we can see everybody being like that. When we talk of Shreya, that is the larger good, the good of the world, common good, larger good. That means what you can do to elevate the others in the society. Why am I giving these lectures? I am really trying to contribute to society. Because I am not eating ice cream to satisfy my desires. Ishtapurtam manyamana varishtham nanyat shreyo vedayante pramudha. They are the greatest fools. Nakasya prusthete sukitena bhutva imam lokam heenataran yujanti. So those who waste their life with the fulfilling of their desires, they will be getting bad life after death. Tapasraddheye kripapanjaranye shanta vidvamso bhaikshacharyacharantaha. So the real vidvamsas, the real scholars, they perform tapasya, austerities with shraddha. Tapasraddheye upasanti aranye. They will do fasting in a forest. Shanta vidvamsaha. They are at peace and they are highly knowledgeable scholars. Bhaikshacharya charantaha. Some of them may carry on begging. Even Tyagaraja, there is one on the birthday of Tyagaraja, they go on Bhikshadana. The people show how Tyagaraja lived. He was begging in every house. A person of the caliber of Tyagaraja. Bhaikshacharya charantaha suryadvarena te viraja prayanti yatra amrita sapurusho hi anyayatma avyayatma. So when they die, they will go through the Surya Marga. Uttarayana is also identified with that. And they will reach Avyayatma. The purpose of this study is to understand the nature of the self, Brahman, Avyayatma. If you can understand and merge into it, then you are liberated. Parichalokan Karmachitan brahmano virvedam ayannastya krutah krutena tad vijnanardham sa guruhumeva abhigacche. So a true student or a true seeker, what will you do? Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayan nastya krutaha krutena tad vijnanardham. For acquiring the supreme knowledge, Brahma Vidya, he will go to a guru. That's why we have in our Pradhana Slokas, Guru Reva. Guru is everything. Guru Reva, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva. That means Guru is everything. Guru can take you to heights or he can dump you into the deep patala. It depends on the Guru. First of all, what is his capacity? What is his commitment to you? What is his character? What is his attitude towards you? Guru Meva Bhigachet Samitspani Srotriyam Brahmanishtam. So the Guru is defined. This is very famous quote from this book. Some of these extracts from this Upanishad are quoted universally. Srotriyam Brahmanishtam. That is the nature qualification of a Guru. A Guru should be Srotriya. That means he know the Shruti. Shruti includes the Veda and Upanishads and also Srotriya Karma, some Karma Kanda. So he should know all that and also be Brahmanishtam. He is established in Brahman. He is a liberated soul like Ramana Maharshi. Like that. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, they are Brahmanishtas. They are established in Brahman. Srotriya is a person, he need not be Brahmanishta. We have many top Vedic scholars who are not Brahmanishtas, but they are Srotriyas. But he is talking of a Guru who is both Srotriya and Brahmanishta. If you can find. Tasmai hava vidwan upapannaya samyak prashanta chittaya. A person who is in deep peace of mind. Shamanvitaya. Yesterday I came to know one episode when we talk of a man with peace, Swami Ranganathananda, the head of Ramakrishna Math. He became the head of the entire Ramakrishna Math, all India level or global level finally. But he started as a very simple cook in the Ramakrishna Math when he joined. He wrote many books, the message of Upanishads you might have seen. He has given hundreds and thousands of lectures. He is the most successful, most famous Swamiji of the Ramakrishna Math. And I was brought up by him because my house was right next to Ramakrishna Math in Secunderabad. He was living there along with Ananya Ananda. Then Ramakrishna Math shifted to Domalguda. I met him there also. In post 80s and 90s, he was there. So this Swami Ranganathananda was so simple. If anybody looks at him, they'll think, who is he? Somebody is like that. And the episode came to know yesterday was that when Ramakrishna Math was being expanded or some Hyderabad or Secunderabad, maybe Hyderabad, yeah. When the Hyderabad Ramakrishna Math was constructed, it is an expansion of the previous Ramakrishna Math at Secunderabad. So that land was government land or something. So PVRK Prasad, who was the endowment secretary, he put up a proposal to government, the Chief Minister Chennareddy, that he wants land to be given to Ramakrishna Math for expansion. So Chennareddy was known to be very powerful and at the same time arrogant. So he asked PVRK Prasad, do you think it is your grandfather's property to give any government land to anybody? So he was not clearing that file. So PVRK Prasad went and told Swami Ranganathanji, this is what it is. So Ranganathanji said, don't worry, I will tackle it myself. You take to be in the office. And so he went to Chief Minister, Chennareddy. Chennareddy, you know all Chennareddy, right? He is such a powerful man, such an arrogant man, such, When he saw Swami Raghunathanji first time, coming to him in his office in Secretariat, Channareddy got totally floored. Who is this man? He is so simple. The simplicity. That's what this description is given here. The kind of person who is he was definitely Brahmanishta and he is also Srotriya. And he is Shanta Chittaya. He is totally at peace. His mind is at total peace. Shamanvitaya. He had Shamadama and all those qualities. By meeting him, Channareddy got totally floored. His total transformation happened. Are, ye kaun hai aisa? How is he like this? How can a person be like this? Then he simply said, whatever you want, I'll do. So he said, you go and bring the file. He told his peon, go and bring that file. So the file was brought and he simply signed and said, I'll do whatever you want. Then he came out with him to the gate of Secretariat. Nobody saw Chief Minister coming out on the foot to the gate with any visitor. This has happened with Swami Ranganathan, the head of the Ramakrishna Math. He was the head of Ramakrishna Math here, then later he went to Calcutta also and became the All India global head of Ramakrishna. So friends, finally what matters is your personality qualities. So he is explaining here, you see. So Vidvana Samyak Prashanta Chittaya. The proof of the pudding is in eating it. The proof of a person's evolution stage can be seen by his state of mind, how peaceful he is. Prashanta Chittaya, Shamanvitaya, Ena Aksharam Purusham Veda Satyam. He's talking of the Guru's qualities. Srotriyam Brahmanishtam Gurumeva Abhigachet. Samitpani Srotram Srotriyam Brahmanishtam Tasmai Savidvam Upapannaya Samyak Prashanta Chittaya Shamanvitaya Yena Aksharam Purusham Veda Satyam Provajatam Tattvato Brahma Vidya. They learn Brahma Vidya from such a guru. Om Tadetat Satyam Yadha Sudiptat Pavakat Vispulinga Sahasrasa Prabhavane Sarupa Tada Akshara Dvividhas Somya Prajayante Datta Chevapiyanti Divyo Hyamurtaha Purushaha Savakhyabhyantaro Yajaha. Just like from big flame of fire, all kinds of small fire sparks come out. In the same way, Yadha Sudiptat Pavakat Vishpulinga Sahasrasha Prabhavane Sarupa. All these Vishpulinga, the small flame particles coming out of a big flame. Tada, in the same way, Aksharat, from the indestructible Brahman. Dvividha Somya Bhava Prajayante. Tatra Chevapiyanti Divyo Hyamurtaha Purushaha Savahyabyantaro Ajaha Pranaha Amana Subhra Aksharat Parataha Etasmat Jayate Pranaha Manaha Sarvendriyanicha. From that divine Purusha, the Amurtihi, formless. Please note this. That's why in the Gita also it said Avyaktam Vyaktimapannam Manyante Mam Abuddhayaha. Fools think that I am a person. Avyaktam, unmanifest, is a non-person. Amurtaha, no form. Purushaha, sabhahyabhyantaro hi ajaha. He is unborn because he is always there. And he is inside and outside. Apranaha, amana, he has no life, he has no mind. Ashubhra, aksharat parataha, he is beyond the indestructible. Etasmat jayate pranaha. From Purusha is born prana, manaha, manas, and sarvendriyani cha. All indriyas. Kham, akasha, vayuhu, jyotihi, apaha. This is the sequence. तस्मादेतस्माद् आत्मनः आकाशः सम्भूतः आकाशाद् वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्नेरापः अब्ज पृथिवी पृथिव्यादन्नम् अन्नाद् भूतानि. This we have studied in the Taittiriya Upanishad last time. He is telling the same sequence. Etasmad jayate prano manas sarvendriyani cha. So Indriyas are representing the Panchabhutas. Kham, Vayuhu, Jyotihi, Apaha, Prithivi, Vishwasya Dharini, Agnihi, Murdha, Chakshushi, Chandra Suryo. Dishasrotre in the Purusha Sukta he has given how everything is born. Tadbhyam dishas Vag Vivritascha Veda. Vedas are born. The entire cosmology is explained here. Etasmad jayate prano manah sarvendriyani cha kham vayuhu jyotihi apaha prithivi vishwasya dharini agnihi murdha chakshushi chandra suryo disasrotre vag vivritascha vedah vayah vayuhu prano hrudayam vishvam asya sadbhya padbhyam Prithvi Padvyam Prithvi Yesha Sarvabhutantaratma. So the whole universe is a manifestation of the Purusha. This Purusha Yesha Sarvabhutantaratma. He is the self of all beings. Tasmad Agnihi Samidho Yasya Suryaha Soma Tad Parjanyaha Oshadhaya. So from Soma, the clouds and the plants are born. And Soma is born out of Suryaha. Prithivyam Puman Retasinchati Yoshitayam Bhakvi Praja Purushat Samprasutaha Tasmad Ruchaha. From him came the Rigveda, Samaha Yajumshi. Diksha Yajnascha Sarve Kratavaha. All the rituals, Kratus. Dakshinascha, all the dhanas given. Samvatsaram cha, time, 1 year. Yajamanascha lokaha somo yatra pavate. Yajamana is the owner of the yajna. Somo yatra pavate yatra suryaha tasmacha deva bahudha samprasutaha sadhya manushya pashavo vayamsi pranapano vrihyo tapascha. Then these are the fundamental. Tapascha, Shraddha, Satyam, Brahmacharyam, Vidhischa. Vidhi is rule. Brahmacharyam is chastity, Satyam is the truth, Tapaha, austerity, Shraddha is dedication. All these are born just as Prana, Apana, all are born. Manushya, Pashavaha, Sapta Prana Prabhavanti, Tasmat Sapta Sattarchisham Samidhas Sapta Homaha. He's talking of 7 pranas, 7 homas, 7 lokas, all 7, 7, 7, 7. Samidhas Sapta Homaha, Sapta ime lokaha, Yeshu Charanti Prana, Uhashaya Nihita, Sapta Sapta. Atah samudra girayascha sarvesman syandane sindhavas sarva rupa sapta samudra sapta giraya sapta dvipa vasundhara atascha sarva oshadhayo rasascha. All the plants and their essences naisha bhutais tishthate hi antaratma. Antaratma is established in every yachakinchit jagat sarvam drishyate sruyate piva antarbahishya tat sarvam vyapya narayana sthitaha. All this is pervaded by the same Purusha. Avyaya Purusha Sakshi Kshetrajno Akshara which all mean the same. Purusha Vedagam Vishwam. This whole Purusha Vedagam Sarvam in the Purusha Sukta. Here is saying Purusha eva idam vishwam. The whole universe is Purusha only. Karma, all karma. Tapaha, all tapas. Brahma param mrutam. Etadyo veda nihitam guhayam. He who realizes, he who knows this, he who discovers this truth, which is this truth, entire thing which told him now, which is hidden in the cave of your own heart. Nihito guhayam parame vyoman, in the transcendental space. So avidya grandhim vikarati hasomya. He will transcend avidya. This is Brahma Vidya. Whatever has been told is Paravidya. Whatever is Aparavidya is normal subjects. Om Anisannihitam Guhacharam Nama Mahatpadam Treta Samarpitam Yejat Prana Nimishachayate Janadha Sadasadvarenyam Sarv Param Vijnanadya Varishtham Prajanam Yadarchimadyadanubhyo Anuhu Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan is subtler than the subtlest and greater than the greatest. Anubhyoranuhu yasmin loka nihita lokinascha, in whom all the lokas are embedded and all the living beings in those lokas are embedded. How many lokas are there? 14 lokas are normally accepted. Bhurityam lokaha, this is earth. Bhuloka. Bhuvaritya antariksha. Swarita aditya, at the right level of sun. Maharitya, and then so on. Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. Satyam is Brahmaloka, which is the last in the higher lokas, and the lower lokas, Atala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala, 7. So Atala is the bottom of the ocean. That's why it is called Atalantika Ocean, Atlantic Ocean. Sutala is there below that. Talatala, Rasatala. Rasatala is the earth's crust in one interpretation. Another interpretation, other lokas outside earth. Talatala, Mahatala, Pahatala, Patala. Some people interpret the other side of earth as Patala. But some people interpret some other worlds are there outside earth also. We really don't know exactly. I mean, rather, I don't know exactly. If anybody knows exactly, I want to meet that person. In the Agni Purana, they have given distances of various higher lokas. So all the lokas and lokinaha, those who live in those lokas. So there's a poem in the Bhagavata Purana. Lokambulu lokasthulu lokeshilu tegina tudi alokambagu penji gadi kavvala yavvande kakruti vilum atanine sevinto. Gajendra Moksham, the Gajendra says, Lokambulu, all the lokas, lokasthulu, the lokinaha, those who live in those lokas, all after crossing Lokambul lokas to location, the owners, the heads of those lokas, Tegina to the, after finishing all that, Alokamba ko penji kada, loka, there is one total darkness. Beyond that, penji gadi kavvala yavvande ekakruti velugu. He who lives, he who stays alone beyond all this, and who runs all this, I pray to him. Yasmin loka nihita lokinascha tadetad aksharam brahma. That is akshar brahman sapranaha. That is life. Tadu vang manaha. Walk, speech and manas. Tadetat satyam. That is the truth. Tad amrutam. That is immortal. Tadvedhavyam. That is to be known. Somya vidhi. Dhanurgrahitva upanishadam mahastram. Now he is giving a comparison. The Upanishads are like one big dhanu. Dhanu grihitva Upanishadam mahastram sharam hyupata nishitam samdhanita, and keep one arrow on that. Ayam yadad bhavagatena chetasa lakshyam tadeva aksharam somya vidhi. So you, entire Upanishads are like a dhanus, and there is one arrow kept on it. You throw it and you will reach the aksharam. Dhanur gruhitva upanishadam mahastram sharam hyupasa. Upasana is the arrow. Nishitam, it has to be sharp upasana. Somya nishitam sandhiyata. Keep that upasana on this dhanus of Upanishads. Ayam yadad bhavagatena chetasa lakshyam. Focus on the target. Tadeva aksharam som. That is, the target is Brahman. Pranavo dhanu. Another allegory. Pranavo dhanuhu. The Okaram is dhanus. Sharohyatma, your own self, is the arrow. Brahmatal laksham uchyate. The target is Brahman. Apramattena vedhavyam sharavattanmayo bhavet. Just like an arrow forgets itself and rushes forward, you forget yourself, but tanmaya, and go forward. Yasmin dyau prithvi antarikshamotam manas sahasra saha pranaischa sarvai. Inside which the space, the earth, and the atmosphere, all these are embedded, and the manas is also embedded along with the pranas. Tamevaikum jana atmanam anya vacho vimuchanta amritasesha setu. That single one, ekaha, to be known. Adha atmanam, that is the self. Anya vacho vimunchata amritasesha setu. So the setu, the bridge to the immortality. Ara ivarasa bhau samhata yatra nadhya yeshonsasite bahudha jayamana om ityevam jaya jayadhatmanam swasti napparaya tamasaha. By meditating on Om, you can transcend the darkness. Parastat yas sarvajnaha sarvaviduhu vidyasyaisha mahima bhuvi divye brahmapure hyesha vyoma yatma pratisthitaha manomaya pranamaya aneta pratisthito anne hridayam sannidhaya tad vijnanena paripashyanti dhira Anandarupam Amrutam Yad Vibhati Dhira, the courageous people, they will reach that level of knowledge. And Anandarupam, it is full of Ananda. Why am I saying Ananda? Because Ananda is the nature of the self. You know, when a small baby, my granddaughter was born, a small baby, she doesn't know any Upanishads, she cannot even speak, cannot even understand one word. She cannot even make sound. She can only either weep or smile. But we found her experiencing ananda, happiness, extreme happiness, smiling and making us also experience. So how did she get that? That is the question. Any baby, how is she baby getting the ananda? So because ananda is a true nature. So my mother used to tell that dukkham is agantukam. All miseries, sorrows are temporarily coming, but your true nature is Ananda. And your true nature is also Sat, because you exist. Nobody can say, I don't exist. If you say, I don't exist, then I'll ask a question, who is saying that I don't exist? So you exist definitely. That is Sat. And you are conscious, Chit. And you are Ananda. Satchidananda is your true nature. And you are Satchidananda, I am Satchidananda, everyone is Satchidananda. So how can there be so many with identical characteristics? Is there any connection between them, or they are just like that, identical there? Suppose I have water in one bottle, water in another bottle, water in another, millions of water bodies. Water is only one, though there are many instances and maybe contaminations. But instances do not deny the fact that the essence is only one, tattva. So similarly, space. Space in my room here, space in your room, and space in Trump's White House, and space in Putin's palace. Is it space all different or same? The contents may be different, but space is only same. So like that, you can show the part and the total. So the individual selves, though there are many, all are identical, Satchidananda, Nirguna, because all attributes are add-ons only. Original, pure Satchidananda. So all selves put together is only one. And that is the total self. So I put it in a very succinct manner in a few minutes. The same thing is being told here in a much bigger detail. Vidyate Hridaya Grandhi. Once you get realization, your Hridaya Grandhi will be, the knots will be removed. Chidyante sarva samshaya, all doubts will be eliminated. Kshiyante chasya karmani, all karma will be eliminated. Tasmin drishte paravare, in the transcendental state of awareness. Hiranmaye pare kose virajam brahmanishkalam, in the golden level of transcendental abode. Brahman, the supreme God, person, Ishvara Brahman, is there without any distortions or differentiation. Tat Shubhram, it's pure. Jyotisham Jyotihi, light of light. Jyotisham, I have told you just now, the Gita slokas telling almost the same thing. So Gita is only a summary of the Upanishads. Tad yad atma vido viduhu, the Atma Jnanis know it. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandratarakam, na yama vidyuto bhati, na kutoyam agni. Same thing is repeated in the Gita also. No sun, no moon, no stars, no lightning, no fire. Tameva bhantam anubhavati sarvam. All these are shining because of that. Tasya bhasha sarvamidham vibhati. Tasya bhasha sarvamidham vibhati. Like, moon is shining only because of sun's light. So everything in this universe is shining or existing because of the reflection of the light of the Supreme Being, Parabrahman, Omkaram, Atman. Paschat Brahma Dakshinadaschotya Purastad Brahma Brahme Vedam Amrutam. Amrutam is immortal, there is no death for it. You are also that, therefore there is no death for you. Purastad Brahma, Paschat Brahma, previous, later, front, back, Dakshinataha, east, west, north, south, Uttarasyetrena, Adhaschordhvanja, top and bottom, everywhere. Prasrutam Brahmaivedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. The all-pervading, omnipresent. Yachakinchit Jagat Sarvam Drishyate Sruyate Viva Antarbahishcha Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Sthitaha. Up and down, top and bottom, everywhere is only one. That is Brahmaivedam Vishwamidam Varishtam. Now dva supannaya sukhaya samanam vruksham parisvajante yoranyah palam swatasya panyo adhiva. This is a very famous narrative where there are two birds. Both are identical. One is eating the fruit and other is simply watching it. The one is Ishvara and other is Jiva. Samani vrikshe purusho nimagno Anishaya shochati matyamana jushtam yada pashyat anyamisham asya mahimanamiti vita shokaha. So one Jiva, when he sees Ishvara, the Mahimanam, he will be transcending his shoka. Yada pasyate rukmavarnam kartaramisham purusham brahmayonim tada vidwan punya savedhu niranjana paramam syamupayati. I'll just come back in 2 minutes, taking a break. Okay. So I'm continuing the Upanishad. Tritiya Mundaka Pradhama Khandaha. Yada Pashyate Rukmavarnam Kartaramisham Purusham Brahma Yonim. The Supreme Purusha, Brahma Yoni, the birth of Brahman. Yada Apashyaha Pashyate. Without seeing, you can see. Rukmavarnam, golden color. Hiranmayena Patrena, even in the Upanishad it is said. Kartaram, in the Sikh religion, they use the words Kartar. Ek Onkar, Karta. So, same thing is the basis for the Sikh religion. Isham Purusham Brahmayonim Tada Vidwan Punyapape Vidhuya Niranjanaha Paramam Saumyam Upayati. See, if you get to know and see, Pasyati, see, that means realize, discover that Supreme Being, then you will be purified. You will be, all the sins committed by you will be washed out. Jnana Agni Dagdhu Karmani. So this is a wonderful thing. A lot of people, have this problem. Are, how can you overcome karma? Avasyam anubhoktavyam kritam karma shubhashubh. That is true. But through jnana agni dagdhu karmani. So once the jnana is there, all the karmas are burnt away. Satyena labhyaha tapasa. What are the ingredients required? Satya, tapas, atma samyak jnanena brahmacharyena nityam antasharire jyotirmayohi. It is light, full of light inside yourself. Shubhroyam pashyanti yatayah kshina doshaha. Only those yatis, that means those who control themselves. The word yati means a person who controls himself. It also means a sannyas. Kshina dosha, unless all the impurities are removed, cannot see. Satyameva jayate nanrutam. This is the fifth mantra in the Tritiya Mundaka of Prathama Khanda of Tritiya Mundaka of Mundaka Upanishad. This has reached the government slogan level. Satyameva jayate nanrutam. Satyena pantha vitato devayanaha. Ena kramas kramant vishayo yapta kama yatra tat satyasya paramam nidhanam. So this, the abode, the greatest transcendental abode where Satya resides, is talking of the Supreme Being. In our government slogans, in our government symbol, Satyameva Jayate, it will be written. Only one small phrase out of this. Now Anrutam, not Anrutam, that is falsehood. Yena kramam vishayo yapta kama yatra tat satyasya paramam nidhanam. Yena kramanti Rishayah aptakamaha yatra tat satyasya paramam nidhanam. So the rishis, they will reach the paramanidhanam, the highest abode of Satya. Bruhat chatta divyam, that is Bruhat. The word Brahman comes from the Bruhat, that means being massive, total, big picture. Achintya Rupam cannot be thought about. Achintya Rupam Adityavarnam Tamasah Parastat. We have heard it in other texts. Sukshma Chatat Sukshmataram Vibhati. It is subtler than the subtlest. Anoraniyan Matomai. Greater than the greatest. Durat Sudure. Farther than the farthest. Tadihan Antikena. That is nearer than nearest. Tadihantikena pasyatsvi nihitam guhayam, hidden in the cave of your own heart. Why all these contradictory statements make sense? Because the subject is like that. The item is not to be describable with any of these descriptions. Sachakshusha gruhyate vanuvacha tasvasa karmanana sa chakshusha gruhyate napi vacha nan jaidheva sta tapasa karmanava jnana prasadena vishuddhatastva. It cannot be seen with eyes, it cannot be heard with ears, etc., etc. But it is only jnana prasadena vishuddha sattvaha. Through the enlightenment of jnana, it will be pure realization. Tatastutam pashyate nishkalam dhyayamanaha. So they see a siddha sadhaka will see the nishkala attributeless dhyayamana. He will meditate on it. Yesha anuhu atma chetasa veditavyo. He is the most subtlest atomic type of. It's to be known through mind. Chetasa veditavyaha. Yasmin pranaha panchadha samvivesha. 5 pranas are embedded there. Prana is chittam sarvamotam etam prajanam yasmin vishuddhe vibhavati esha atma. So through what he means also indirectly through pranayama, prajanam yasmin vishuddhe vibhavati esha atma. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati vishuddha sattvam kamayate yamscha kaman tam tam lokam jayate tamscha kaman tasmat atmajam hi archayet bhutti kamaha. So whatever your mind desires, you will go there. There is a fantastic arrangement made. Whatever you desire, you will get it. Suppose you desire some worldly thing, you will get it in your present life or in your post-death. Whatever item. But if you desire Parabrahman, you will get Parabrahman. Yam yam lokam manasa samvibhati vishuddha sattvam kamayate yanscha kaman tam tam lokam jayate tamscha kaman tasmad atmajnam hi archayet bhuti kamaha. So atmajna, the highest achievement is atmajnana, and he will get that desire fulfilled. Because the sankalpa should be there first. The last chapter, the last section of the last chapter. Savedait tat paramam brahmadhamayatra vishwam nihitam vivati shubhram upasate purusham yehyakamaste shukrame tadati vartanti dhiraha. The courageous dhiras will reach that paramam dhamam of Brahman. Kaman yak kamayate manyamana sa kama bhijjayate tatra tatra. So whatever you desire, you will be reaching, going there and getting it. Paryapta kamasya kritatmanastu. Who has no desires? He is satisfied with all desires. But he wants to only reach himself. Kritatmanastu ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kama. Those who die without fulfilling desires which they have, they will reach those desires after death. They will go there, they will go to those lokas or those situations and achieve those desires. Those who have no desires, paryapta kamastasya kritatmanastu ihaiva sarve praviliyanti kama. All desires are dissolved, they disappear right now. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo. Now this is also a very famous quote. The Mundaka Upanishad has a few very famous quotes quoted everywhere. I also quoted everywhere. Satyameva Jayate is quoted by the government itself. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo. This self cannot be achieved through lectures. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya. Not by having very high level of intelligence, IQ. Cha na bahuna srutena. Not by reading lot of books, reading all kinds of Upanishads and everything. If you read it doesn't mean you got Atmajnana. That means You cannot get Atmajnana by giving lectures or listening to lectures or reading books. Though you may do all that. We are not saying don't do all that. That's not enough is what it means. It doesn't mean that you don't do everything and sit in a room like a fool. It's not that. Having done all that, it's still not adequate, but it is necessary but not sufficient. Yamayve shasrunate tena labhyante seva atma vrunate tamam swam. In fact, this is also mentioned in the Kathopanishad. Nayamatma balahi nena labhyo. Vivekananda quoted this always. A weak person cannot get this self-realization. Na pramadat, not by just accidentally. Tapassavapya vapyalingat etairupai upayair yatate yastu vidwan. A vidwan, a scholar who's trying all these methods. Tasyesha atma visate brahmadhama. It has to come from within, from inside. If it is only by reading books, then whosoever reads books becomes enlightened. If it is only by hearing lectures, whosoever will become enlightened. It's not like that. Like right now, all of you are listening to my lecture, but all have different takeaways, different absorptions. Samprapyai namrishayo jnana truptaha krutatmano vitaragah prashantaha. First thing is not have any desires, no attachments, and be extremely peaceful. Like Swami Ranganathananda used to be, so simple and so peaceful, and he has no interest in anything. Yet he is doing everything for the sake of society. Samprapyeshan mrishayo jnana truptaha. Those who get satisfied with jnana and not with all other things like money and food and taste and ice cream and all those things. Krutatmano vitaragah prashantaha. Te sarvagatam sarvatah prapya dhira. They will reach the all-pervading ultimate truth. Yukta atmanas sarvameva visanti. Vedanta vijnana sunischitartha. This is also very famous repeated quote chanting in all the temples. Vedanta vijnana sunischitartha. Such people who got full determined conclusive knowledge of the Vedanta jnana. Sannyasa yoga yataya shuddha sattva. They were in shuddha sattva level. Beyond sattva is shuddha sattva. That is almost same as Narayana. Shuddha sattva level. And they are sannyasi. They have renounced this world. Te brahmalokesh parantakale. They will reach brahmaloka. Paramritaha parimuchyanti sarve. They transcend everything. This is a very famous quotation. That is, once again I read, Vedanta Vijnana Sunischidartha. Those who got full determined knowledge of, undoubted determined final knowledge of Vedanta Vijnana, and those who are renounced the word Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Suddha Sattva. They became Suddha Sattva level, beyond Sattva level, by renunciating this world. And by their sannyasi, sadhu kind of a person who are yatayaha, they are self-controlled. Such people, that the character itself has to be transformed to that level. Te brahmalokeshu parantakale paramritaha. They will reach the brahmaloka. And parimuchyanti sarve, they transcend, they get liberated from everything. Gata kala panchadasha pratishtha devascha sarve pratidevatasu karmani vijnanamayascha atma pare avyaye. All the devatas will finally merge into Atma, which is Para, Avyaya, Sarva Eki Bhavanti. They will realize that oneness realization. Yadha Nadjaya Sandhyamana Samudre Astangachanti Namaya Ramarupe Vihaya. All the, even Gita it is said, Yadha Nadi Nam Bhavom Vega Samudrameva Mukha Dravanti. Tadha. So, like all rivers will go and merge into the ocean, merging their identities into the ocean. Tadha Vidwan, Namarupad Vimuktaha. He will be liberated from Namarupa, name and form. Paratparam Purushamupayati Divyam. He will reach the divine, supreme Paratpara Purusha. Sayo Havai Tat Paramam Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. This is also a famous quote. He who realizes Brahman will become Brahman, because that realization itself means merging with Brahman. Nasya Brahmavit Kule Bhavati Tarati Shokam. He transcends sorrow. He will be, if at all is born only in the Brahmavit family. Tarati Paparam. He will transcend sins. Guha Grandhibhyo Vimukto Amruto Bhavati. He will become immortal. This is mentioned in 6th chapter in Gita also. How the yogi is born again in case he is born in the Yoginam Apikule Jataha. Tadetadruchabhyuktam. This is mentioned by the Rigveda. Kriyavanta Srotriya Brahmanishtaha Swayam Juhvata Ekarshim Sradhayantaha Teshamevaitam Brahmavidyam Vadeta Shiro Vratam Vidhivadaityat Stuchirnam. The Brahmavit Srotriya Brahmanishtas will teach this to the appropriate dedicated people. Tadetat Satyam. This truth is told by Angirasa, Purovacha, Etad Achir Navrato Adhite Namaha. So it is to be taught only to the right person. Namaha Paramarshibhyo, Namaha Paramarshibhyo, Namaha Paramarshibhya. Bhadram Karnebhis Srunayama Deva, Bhadram Pasye Makshavirya Sthirairangai. Sushtuvagum sastanubhi vyasema devahitam yadayuhu swasti na indro vruddhasravaha swasti na pusha visvavedaha swasti na starksho arishthanemi swasti no brihaspati dadatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Finished. I am taking 5 minutes more.
Yeah,
It's a big.
ధన్యవాదాలండి. Yeah, I could see that you're watching the time, but it's not stoppable because you have to come to a logical conclusion here. Thank you. And we'll go for Pradhana and then take up questions in case there are any. Govindrajul garu.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. स्वस्ति.
ధన్యవాదాలండి గోవిందరాజ్ గారు. Thank you very much. Now we raise for the national anthem. जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय जय. Okay. Now, if anyone has a few questions and I don't know how much time Prabhu Gar can give us.
No problem. I am available. This is
Right.
a very vast subject, very deep subject today. Covered the whole Mundaka Upanishad. It's a big one.
Right. Okay, people can ask questions. Okay, Pantal Ravindra Garu.
Guru Namaha, Guru. All the other lokas are shining on account of the reflection from the light from the Supreme. That's what this class told. That is Supreme, it can be considered as it can be compared to sun because all the grahas, this Chandra graha, all other grahas are getting lighting from the sun.
Yeah. That's correct. Yadbhasa sarvamidam vibhati. There is a famous statement in the Veda. Whose shining is cause of all shining of all others. So all existence, not therefore all lokas, all lokasthas, lokeshas, everything is because of that. Like because of sunlight, all the planets and satellites like moon, they will reflect light. Yeah, yadbhasa sarvamidam vibhati. This is repeat. See, the point is that this the subject which is being described is beyond description. It cannot be understood by mind or by intellect or by senses. But still it is being taught. That is the nature of Supreme Being is like that. So we are in a limited scope. It's like explaining sunlight to a blind man. How will you explain? So still they are trying. That is why they keep on saying agrahyam, achintyam, yato vacho nivartante, aprapya manasasa. All these things they will say. But in the whole process, something will be absorbed by us, something will be understood by us. So gradually, this, I've been studying the Upanishads for the last 50, 60 years. I'm now 71, but since the age of 10, I have been, at the age of 12, I studied complete works of Vivekananda. So I knew entire Bhagavad Gita by heart by the age of 8. So even after 50, 60 years, I find myself to be a student, but still I'm getting something out of it. So you also must have got something out of it.
Thank you. Varaprasad Garu.
Hello. Sir, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, go
Actually, I
ahead.
mean, just much as Namaste. The have one is if you go into Upanishads, there are so many Upanishads, and again, in that there are many divisions, as you said.
No,
Is it
keep
that,
your mouth closer. No, your voice is weak. Just make it closer to the mic. Yeah. Please repeat. Yeah.
now, am I audible now?
Yes. Yeah.
So there are many Upanishads, as we told, and again in that there are many divisions. So my doubt is that there are are there any different authors for each Upanishad? And number one. Number two, is there any date for Upanishad? So like the first Upanishad, this is the one which started so, and this is the last Upanishad which is ended in the whole Upanishad history. This is the first doubt.
Okay.
And the second doubt is, there are many Upanishads, many philosophies. One is Vaishnava, another one is Advaita. Anyway, is there any controversy among Upanishads about Parabrahma? One is saying something, another one is saying something, or everyone is agreeing about the same, even though they are different segments?
Okay. See, the 108 Upanishads I'm having with me, around 46 are Vedanta Upanishads, out of which the first 10 are the principal Upanishads. So Isha, Kena, Katha, Mundaka, Mandukya, Aitreya, Taitreya, Brihadaranyaka, Sveta. So Brihadaranyaka is the biggest. And very small Upanishads, Isha Upanishad and Mandukya Upanishad we have covered last time. And Mundaka Upanishad we are covering this time. Sveta also we will cover tomorrow day after. So Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka are very big. Brihadaranyaka is the biggest. Yajnavalkya dialogue. So all this, the word Upanishad simply means sitting nearby. Like, in English, we can say at the feet of the master. Right now, we are doing Upanishad. You are sitting with me. I am teaching you. So you are asking questions. There also, they ask questions. In fact, many Upanishads start with questions. Today also, there was a question to start with. So in Kena Upanishad also there is a question, why, by what the mind is working. So it's an inquiry process. It's an intellectual, scientific, philosophical inquiry process. So in that process, the teacher telling the student, whosoever is asking question is getting the answer. And that answer will be going deeper and deeper and deeper. And one thing I found, as far as my understanding goes, I have studied not all 108, but quite a few of them. Whichever Upanishad I studied, I find that they are trying to address the same goal, object. And that is nature of God, nature of Ishvara, nature of Brahman, nature of Parabrahman, nature of the creation, nature of the creator, whether the universe has a creator or not, if he is there, or who is that creator, this kind of a thing. This is not a simple childish story kind of thing. There are no stories here. So the see other religious scriptures of other religions, they look very silly compared to the Upanishads. The like we read the stories in Bible or stories in Quran. For example, Bible is describing some very primitive society of Jews in the Old Testament. I mean, there is nothing, not even one 10,000 part of the philosophical inquiry process which is there in the Upanishads. So here again, there is no dogma, there is no blind belief. Whereas other scriptures, other religions, they say you believe this. There is nothing like that in Upanishads. That's the important point to note. I was surprised over the years. The core Hinduism, which is the Upanishads, this is the real Gangotri of the Hinduism. Later, Ganga goes right up to Calcutta, and Hinduism is so big. But the core source is so scientific and so logical and so much inquiry based and so much unbiased and so much doctrineless and dogmaless. It is an inquiry process. And this is the first point. The second point is the answers which the teacher is giving. Obviously, he learned from his teachers and his own experience. So they are very, very deep answers. They are much more deeper than the questions. They are addressing the question, but they are going much more deeper. Like when he says, what is the Kena Upanishad? What makes the mind work? Then he's talking of the Parama Purusha. So he will explain that there. You see, it is a very difficult subject. That's why it's called Brahma Vidya. Any other Vidya, they will ask you, Emaya idamana Brahma Vidyana. This is not Brahma Vidya, this is only this, you can easily learn. This is mathematics, you can learn like that, they will talk. Whereas this is Brahma Vidya, you cannot understand it, you cannot learn it. It's very difficult. So Brahma Vidya itself means it cannot be understood. It's very difficult. Yet you have to try to understand, because this is dealing with, the subject is like that. And then there is no controversy between, that is meaningless. As I said, they're all open-ended inquiries. They all sometimes give different answers. So what I found is that even though the teachers of very different Upanishads are giving different answers, finally it seems to me that all are telling the same subject, which is Brahma Vidya, and they are addressing the same state of moksha in different ways. Okay, this is the answer to your questions. Yeah, other questions?
Yeah, Shreyar
Can we
garu.
close?
Sir, good morning, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
you mentioned about Devayana Margam also. There are other Margams are also there, no? Whether this Mundaka Upanishad explained about the Archiradi Margam.
What is that?
Archiradi Margam.
No. Basically, there are two which are mentioned in the Gita. Gita is a summary of all the Upanishads.
Huh.
So the Devayanam or the
Pitriyanam.
and Pitriyanam, there are two, only two are mentioned in
There
the
is
Gita.
one more I heard. This Archiraj Margam also is there, no?
What is that? What is that?
That I wanted to ask. What to do? What
Where
is,
is it?
can you
Where
say?
is it mentioned?
That Upanishads only. Upanishad Darshanam I have seen.
No, in this Upanishad they are not mentioned. So
Okay.
some other maybe don't. See, they're all independent approaches, inquiry process in different time periods. That is another thing. They are not the same time period. They are all from different time periods and different teachers, different approaches of
So whatever it may
inquiry,
be.
but all addressing a similar question and getting a similar answer.
Oh, so
Okay,
whatever
next.
it may be, depending on their karmas only, they will go about their different
But jnana will wash out. Jnana will wash out the karma. That is the beauty. Jnana.
Okay.
Jnanagni dagdhu karmanaha. Gita will go to Gita, then everything is simplified there, summarized wonderfully. Because the more you study Upanishads, the more complicated it will become. And this is actually less complicated than the Vedas themselves. Vedas are vast. If you want to understand the Vedas, it's almost impossible. That's why he said, Omkara Panjara Sukhi Upanishad Udyana Kaili Kalakanti. That knowledge, Saraswati, is a koel singing coo coo in a garden called Upanishads. And it is a peacock, Agama Vipina Mayuri. It is a peacock dancing beautifully in a vast forest called Vedas. And everything is encapsulated in Om, Omkara Panjara Sukhi. So we cannot, so it's a fantastic thing, yeah.
Okay.
This
Srinivas
Mundaka
garu.
Upanishad is become very famous because of its very famous quotes. That, we have the Satyameva Jayate, and, the Satyameva Jayate is there in Parliament building. It is there in government offices, right? You might have seen, I'm sure. Have you all seen it?
Yeah. So
So from where it has come? It
this Upanishad only.
has come from here, but that Satyam is referring to is not just ordinary legal and governmental Satya. He's referring to the transcendental supreme truth, Parabrahman, Omkaram, and supreme being. Of course, part of which is this ordinary life level.
That always exists. Maybe the Satyam.
It is that only truth. The rest is all Maya, no? Rest is illusion. So he's talking of the Brahmajnana Satya. And where these people in government, they are referring to ordinary Satya. That is honesty, fraud, that kind of a thing.
So they removed non-rutam.
No, they removed means they took only that part. We cannot say they removed it. They took that only that because they cannot put big ones. So they have taken one part. But by the way, in the Parliament hall, when I went there way back, many Veda mantras are written on the walls. Particularly those dealing with the collective action. Sam gachadvam, sam vadadvam, sam ovananti mansa. And the constitution itself, when it was written, it had all paintings of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Krishna, everything, Yajna, Veda, everything is there. Paintings on the pages of constitution where the text is written. That original constitution manuscript paintings were there with entire Indian scripture, even Yajna, even Gita, Krishna, Arjuna, and even Rama, and all, everything is there in different chapters depending on the subject. And all that was removed later. And 2-3 new words were added, socialist and secular. It was not there originally. And also many other mischiefs have been done. That you cannot teach Hinduism in the schools only, whereas they can teach Christianity and Islam. All this kind of nonsense. Anyway, any other questions or shall we close?
Srinivas garu. Yeah,
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. It is told that everything is Sapta Varnas, Sapta Dvipas, Sapta Samudras, like that. In that process, you told that Sapta Pranas. Sapta Pranas. But,
Yeah, man,
so
that's
far-
what I didn't say. The Upanishad says.
So, okay, sir. So far, we were told that the Pancha Pranas
He
and
has not
Pancha
explained what are
Upapranas.
those 7. He has. Yeah, but that will become 10. But actually, 18 nadis are there in Yoga Shastra. See, these are all different time periods
Okay.
and different subjects. In Yoga Shastra, we have 18 nadis, Ida, Pingala, and so on, Sushumna, Kuhu, and so on and so forth. So, even in the Rig Veda, we have Sapta repeating many times. You know, if you remember the Purusha Sukta also,
Mm.
I suspect that is related to this.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. I think thank you very much, Prabhu Garu. I think tomorrow we'll have again a session on the Upanishads, going to more details. Thank you very much. So, Dhanyawada. Okay, I stop recording now. Okay, in case anyone has anything to say. Where is it? Anyway.